Hey there, beautiful souls, and welcome to day 40. We've made it of the 40-day Choosing Love Over Fear challenge that I've been engaging in every day with you guys with these lives, and a few different things going on in my life in the background. And today I really want to talk to you guys about being willing to have no plan so the plan of grace can unfold for you. And I'm going to unpack what on earth I mean, and it also will allow you to get an insight. I want to share some things with you about my own path ahead and how that's likely to unfold from what I know right now. But I want to say a quick hello to Bill and Sam. Good to see you guys tuning in for the 40th day of this little Love Over Fear challenge. So what I want to talk to you guys about, this is something that is really at the beginning of my own awareness. So I'm kind of figuring it out as I'm talking it out with you guys today, because again, I've expressed, when I went to Vipassana last year, back in August, and I had a bit of an awakening in a way, and to kind of a realm that I didn't know existed. I'd kind of, heard different little things maybe, but didn't actually know. It wasn't my personal direct experience, right? And so basically, without going into all the depth and detail with that, it woke me up to just a whole other realm that's available to all of us, and that is existing right now. And basically kind of opened me up to this discovery of a path that I didn't know existed, and an exploration, and trying to fill in a whole bunch of gaps because my upbringing didn't allow for that awareness, that realm of awareness. And I know this sounds really esoteric and what the hell are you talking about, but basically it opened me up to my own kind of exploration of spirituality. And to me, that's about unity consciousness. It's about aligning every part of my own system in such a way that I can attune to more subtle realities of our existence, and open my heart and manifest love within my own system, and ideally be a bit of a beacon of that light and that love. And, it works out, as you go down that path from my own experience so far, you go through a lot of dark nights of the soul. You have to work through the different centers within you that can have a lot of blockages. You can have a lot of, on the mental realm, the emotional realm, the physical realm, in the spiritual and karmic realms. Like, there's all these different things that you're carrying that might be putting your system out of alignment, to attuning to more subtle realities, to opening your heart, to really being the embodiment of love, and surrendering to whatever you want to call it. I would name it something like this universal intelligence that is governing life. It's the life force within us all. And, what I want to talk to you guys about today is more in terms of looking at grace moving through us, right? And so today's message around being willing to have no plan so that the plan of grace can unfold for you is really my own explorations in my life right now. And even this last 40 days, right? Like, I've been really good. I'm very committed to things. Like, if I say I'm going to do something, I want to follow through on that. I like to go deep. I like to, do a lot of things that I feel might be really healthy for my well-being in any area. And I want to dedicate and focus myself into those things. And, I've found over the last year, like, a lot of, inner conflicts in a way of how do I allow for the flow of life, the flow of grace to move through me, and also survive in a world that we live in, right? Like, where we need to do a lot of practical things, and we need to generate finances for our survival, and we need to do all of these things. And the two worlds just hadn't quite molded together in such a way. And I'm still on a journey of all of this. And it kind of felt a bit black and white, and not knowing how do I merge these two worlds in a way that, work really well in this flow of life and allowing for grace to guide me without those fears and insecurities for survival coming forth and kind of blocking the path. And what I've kind of realized, and again, I'm still on the journey of, is that we actually need to go through all of those fears and insecurities. We need to resolve them. It's no good trying to deflect and run away from them and trying to stop and start and maybe go generate some money over here and then come back to your spiritual path or whatever. It's actually, we need to be with this sense of having no plan and fully surrendering. And I'm just talking about, we don't all have to do this. This is what I'm choosing to do and what feels most resonant and personal for me. But it might resonate with you as well. But to drop my need for control and planning and allow for grace to move through me and guide me. And my job is to fully surrender to that process and trust in it. And I've already had so many experiences where if I just use my willpower to create a container for me to just drop into full surrender of this grace or universal intelligence to work through my system, it's been actually incredible when I've done that. Intuitively, and I almost felt like I didn't really have a choice with what happened for me when I sat through Vipassana and had this energetic awakening and all of these shifts and changes and lots of kind of esoteric things kind of happen and kind of shock me because I hadn't had any of those experiences before. But when I went through that, I actually couldn't do anything else really than to just sit and marvel and be in awe with this universal intelligence or grace working through me. It was kind of like having a spiritual chiropractor. I've heard somebody else share that term before, and it just made so much sense because the energy would move through my system and I could feel it working through different blockages in my own system, moving my body in ways that it needed to free and release tensions and blockages and all the rest of it. And it felt super weird and crazy, and I went through stages of fearing if I was delusional or not, and or it was my ego kind of taking me down some quote unquote special path or whatever it was. I've gone through a lot of just doubt and questioning and then seeking again, playing my own pattern of seeking some authority external to me to give me a path, to give me guidance or to validate my experience. And the truth is all of those things kind of take me away from really where my work is, which is to just sit. I've said many times with you guys, we always have the answers within us. I'm just experiencing it on a different level right now. It's not only cognitive, right? It's actually now my process is in dropping into and surrendering fully to grace, that energy or that grace or that universal intelligence to just move through my system. And my only use of willpower is to create the container for me to sit with that presence and allow it to fully move through me, do what it needs to do to align my own system so that I can be a vehicle of service, but even that is kind of murky for me right now. I'm learning and realizing that I've still got a very conditioned mind in terms of what service should be from me, and planning ahead and creating courses and doing all of these things, and I actually feel like I've reached this kind of precipice right now in my life where that universal intelligence in my own system is calling for me to stop trying to push, stop trying to force, stop trying to make something I think should happen with my conditioned mind and my past experiences and fears of some sort or insecurity or survival to be guiding, and to actually have the courage and the willingness to have no plan, to drop fully out of my conditioned mind's plans and to actually just create that container to sit with that grace to move through me, and to more attune to the subtleties of it, so that I can be ensuring that I'm being guided from that place. And look, a lot of my fears and insecurities are going to come up, right? My need for control, my need for some certainty, my need to know that I can survive in this world. They're going to come up for me, and I can feel the fear like actually moving through from my heart through to my throat into my eyes right now, just as to what level of courage and willingness that's going to take from me. But I know it's the right path, and so I'm now moving into this new area for my own development, which I'm just going to see how this unfolds. So I don't know what that looks like in terms of how we'll be engaging with one another. I don't know, but my work right now is to allow that to move through me and to surrender to that and have a trust that it's all going to unfold as it's meant to, and to move from a place of my authentic expression. And that will take some work for me to be able to discern between my fearful egoic kind of states and grace guiding me in full surrender, and so that's the journey I'm on, and I'm grateful that I get to share it with you guys. And I hope that something in this resonated with you today and just got you thinking about your own journey and what that looks like for you, and even just the process or the journey of discernment between fear and the ego, which is not necessarily bad, but we don't want it guiding us, right? We don't want it directing our every decision. Allowing for the container for you to attune and get into the subtle realities of where grace unfolds and gives you impulses to follow that are authentic, that are good for you and everyone around you, right? For your evolution, for the evolution of humanity, however deep we want to go, and accessing that unity consciousness, expanding your heart, and moving through the blockages in your own system to be more and more attuned, so you can be a vehicle for good and service and love, a beacon of love, being guided by grace rather than our fears and our egos. All right, so hope this resonates with you guys. I definitely want to check in and see who's been able to join me, and I always love reading your comments, so I can see there's a few here, so let's check in. I've got Bill and Sam, and yes, thank you, Bill. Number 40, we made it. Awesome. And just at the right timing, right? Because I set that plan for myself, and now I'm realizing that my next part of the journey is to actually have no plan, so that the plan of grace can unfold for me, and not think that I can just make it all happen sort of thing, and being that kind of driven by fear, it's too murky. So I'm going to go on this journey of clarifying my own discernment with that. So love your support as always, Bill. Thank you so much. And hello to you, Sam. Learning is great. You better believe it. And I had to apologize recently for my faults to my son to build bridges. That's awesome, Sam. Yeah, I know you mentioned that you've reconnected with your son, and taking that ownership over, even when we've had best of intentions and we impact others that we care about in our lives in a destructive destructive or negative way, or a way that is has some sort of negative influence or impact on them, the capacity and the willingness to take ownership and responsibility, and there's so much beauty in that, right? That's dropping out of ego and fear and choosing love, right? And so you're on that journey in that process as well, Sam. I love hearing that, and grateful to know that you're building those bridges with your son. That's beautiful. And Judy's here as well, and Omar and Sanford, yay. And Sam, I see how you've been there. I love that this is resonating in this part of the journey. And Adrian's here as well, awesome. And Bill, welcome to the club. Tapping into universal wisdom and intelligence makes for a blissful life. You're blessed to have received this awareness at such a young age. I appreciate your support there, Bill, and I know you're such a beacon of love on this journey. I know you've from all of our interactions together, you've shared so much wisdom from this universal intelligence and source, and thank you for being the beacon of light and love that you have been and you are. And yes, thank you for those words of encouragement too. I really appreciate you. Sam, God bless you. I know you've helped me. I'm grateful to hear that, Sam. I'm talking to my son today. I hadn't spoken for years. I feel you're part of my life. I've evolved, but you're part of that. Oh, I really appreciate that. And thanks, pal. I love it. I really appreciate that, Sam. It's been an honor to just have you tuning into these messages over the years, and really touches my heart to know if any of them have supported you in your own evolution and journey. And it sounds as though you're doing great things, and so much love and awesome energy coming towards you for that next leg of your journey and deepening your relationship with your son. That's amazing. Thank you for that gratitude. I really appreciate it. And Jackie's here as well. Good to see you, beautiful. So that's really my message on this day 40 of the 40-day challenge, one that I planned fully, and just seems a bit ironic that I'm coming to this place right now of realizing, once I've followed through on that plan, that to have no plan so that the plan of grace can unfold for this next part of my journey, feels really good, feels really aligned. And I'm so grateful to each and every one of you guys for our connection here, for your contributions and your connections and your wisdom and all of it. I'm grateful to share this journey alongside you guys. So much love coming your way, and I'll see you when I see you. I'm on this next leg of that journey to just surrender in, and if I feel the impulse and I try that out from grace, that's aligned and authentic, and you'll see me. If it's not, you won't quite see me, right? I'm just going to go follow this path, and so much love coming your way. And thank you. Thanks, Sanford. Thanks for being here, and nice to see you back, pal. Love it. Thank you, Sam. I so appreciate you. And I can see Harvey are joining. I hope you catch a recording to this one, my friend. Hope it adds value to you as I'm just about to sign off, sending you so much love and everything that you need to choose love over fear on your journey, whatever that looks like for you, to choose alignment and to be guided by grace if you want to go on that journey. All right, much love to each and every one of you guys, and I'll see you sometime.